In this video, we're going to be discussing RevContent's policy basics. So as I always say in these videos, if you're not sure if it's allowed, you need to ask the RevContent support team. You need to read the entire policy. And as with every single traffic source, cloaking is not allowed. So zero cloaking. If you're not sure if it's allowed, read the entire policy. If you're still not sure if it's allowed, you need to contact the RevContent support team. I have linked the RevContent policy manual below this video just so you can easily access the majority of the policy material and you can see if what you want to promote is allowed on the network. So one of the biggest benefits of RevContent and a lot of other native ad platforms is that they are very affiliate friendly. So believe it or not, RevContent is actually owned by the same company as ClickBooth, which is a very reputable affiliate network for very large affiliates. So they're quite willing to work with affiliates. So of course, this means that you still need to respect their rules. You have to follow certain rules. And each geo or country has its own set of rules and requirements on RevContent. So for example, if you're advertising any type of a trial offer in the United States, UK, Australia, New Zealand, I believe, you have to have a full disclosure of the terms of service on that offer so that there is no confusion whatsoever. There's no deception. And it's all laid out in front of the user before they even get to the offer page. So each geo or country, like I said, is going to have its own set of rules. It's going to change from country to country, but the best way to find this out is to just read the entire policy or ask the RevContent support team. So let's talk about some of the basics, and there are way more policies than this on RevContent. I wouldn't even be able to fit this in a 10-page PowerPoint presentation if I tried to fit the whole policy in here. The basics are obviously like the other traffic sources: no violence or drugs, even marijuana stocks and CBD oil are not allowed. No porn or adult content, but casual dating is still allowed depending on how you promote it. Obviously no like partially nude images to be used in the ad creatives, but yeah, casual dating is still allowed. So no claims are allowed, and this also goes for any type of false urgency. So you cannot have any false urgency whatsoever on RevContent. So no X amount of bottles remaining or X amount of copies remaining or only such and such amount of time left. You can't have any of that type of stuff. You are allowed to have certain claims as long as they do have the proper disclaimers and depending on the country. So the two big benefits for, RevContent and most native networks is that exit pops are allowed and autoplay videos are also allowed. So the big benefit of this is that, as annoying as these are for a lot of other networks and end users, they are effective in increasing the conversion rate by at least a small percentage. So it's still a bonus, especially when you're paying for such a large amount of traffic, to be able to have those on there. So that is a plus. So what do you do if you run into policy problems? And I will say this very clearly: with native platforms, it is not easy to get new accounts. You want to try to stay long-term with them and follow their policies. Do not try to circumvent or abuse RevContent or any other native ad platform. You should try to message your rep or just the support team to see how it is possible to keep things compliant and get around the issues that you're having. So for example, one time I had a landing page that had false urgency on the desktop version, but I was trying to run on mobile where it did not have any type of false urgency. And I let them know that, and they went back in and reviewed it and did approve the ad. So that type of situation, I recommend trying to work with them to get things resolved and let them know that you want to keep it compliant and get their advice so that you can get up and running. And, most of the reps there really want you to be able to run your offer. They obviously want you to spend money on traffic, so they're going to probably help you make adjustments. At this point, please proceed to the next video to continue.